Yeah,
Look at this thing.
yeah. Too up, too down.
Look at this
Hey.
thing.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, I wanted the crown and to be celebrated. I rented a tux and I ordered a mink. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brushing the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold, you too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running on the one way, never change my set like, I don't ever use my signals, yeah. I be in the lane myself, yeah. I don't gotta change my mental, yeah. And I ain't gotta chase my wealth, and I accept my daddy got a kingdom, and everything I ever got is his. If I ever got a problem, I'ma seek him. I never doubt him, been about his biz, oh man, been at. I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale and Cliff back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday Live. Guys, man, and Cliff, what's going on, baby? How you doing, big time? How was the week? How was the day, big dog? Holla at the people. What's going down?
Man, it was a good week. Yeah, I can't complain, man. Had a little ups and downs, but finished strong. So, everything's going pretty good, man. So I can't complain. How was
Yes,
how was your week?
it was good, man. It was interesting, man. Of course, when it comes to business, you always hit those hurdles all the time, but leadership is always fine tuned in the midst of fire. And so we kind of made some adjustments and some pivots, which was good, which is great. The good thing about it is we, of course, with Brooklyn property in Jackson, we finished renovating that one. The inspection actually happened as well. We're actually getting the stuff of inspection done as well, also. And we actually may have a leasing client for that property ready to go, ready to move forward, big dog.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yes, sir. And also on Rutledge, guys, here's the good thing of doing business the right way, guys. When you do it the right way, what happens is excellence attracts currency. And Cliff, I said it because the inspector for one of our properties actually wants to rent out the Rutledge property. Yes, she does. So she inspected that property. She wants to move to that property because she's tired of what she's living at. She wants to move into Rutledge. So yes, sir. So we got two leasing clients ready to go, guys. That's called
Oh,
excellence.
she's ready to go. Like she already
Yeah.
she viewed it.
Yep. She ready to go. She ready to go. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
that's what's
She
up,
ready
man. That's
to
what I'm
go,
talking
brother.
about.
She ready to
That's
go,
good.
man. So we've gotten her with our property manager, on-site property manager. They're in Jackson, and they're going to make sure everything's good to go, guys. But man, again, excellence and execution, man. But Cliff, did we get the bag, Doc?
Oh yeah, we got the bag. Yes,
We
sir.
got the bag, man. Did anything special happen at all, man, in the appraisal space, man? Because I know at times you got some stories, man, you can share with everybody. Anything happened that was out of the norm?
Um, I mean, nothing too crazy that's out the norm. You do get, feedback from different people who have different opinions and or
Yeah.
realtors. And what I typically see is, I'm more than welcome to talk to anybody and deal with any of the issues or anything that somebody has to say about values because everybody has their opinion. The thing that I would say most is, especially when you're dealing with appraisers. Anybody,
Yeah.
y'all, we talking real estate. So when you're dealing with appraisers for your commercial or anything like that,
Yeah.
I think it'd be a very good idea to before you talk to an appraiser to understand what they're looking at, right?
Yeah.
And I come on this podcast every week and I give y'all insight into
Yeah.
what appraisers are looking for, so that way when you get the numbers back, maybe you have a better understanding of what's happening in the process.
Correct. And Cliff, how often do investors, whether it be commercial or single family residents, how often do they actually talk to appraisers like this?
Oh, having like
Yeah.
one-on-ones or long,
Yeah.
almost never.
Never.
Mhm.
So this type here, guys, is a privilege for you to have a licensed appraiser and also a private equity banker on these podcasts with you. We can let you know what banks are looking for, what we're looking for, right? And what the appraiser is going to do and looking for as well, also. And also, we also just experts when it comes to buying and flipping. So we understand renovations and new constructions as well. So you guys are getting the best of both worlds. But man, let's dive into it. And yes, your partner did get the bag. We did. Now, guys, Cliff, what's going on with the market, man? Tell everybody what's going down, big dog.
You know what? It's we're seeing a slight uptick this week. Mortgage applications ticked up a little bit with the dropping
Okay.
of interest rates that we've
Okay.
seen. But we're still, I was looking at it before we hopped on here with mortgage applications. We're still at a 30-year low.
Word.
We're right now, I looked at it. So we're roughly almost about 50%
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
low of the last 30 years. So
Mm.
we're not half the high, we're half the low. So that means we have to go up 50% just to match the lowest mortgage applications of the last 30 years,
Gotcha.
which
Gotcha.
shows you how, you know, confined the market is, because
Yeah.
this is the lowest we are ever going to. So this is probably the bottom of mortgage applications we're going to see. And I think as you start to see, and you could see it too, if you ever pull up the chart, that there's a correlation between mortgage applications and interest rates. So as
Yeah.
interest rates fall, mortgage applications go up. So I think
Correct.
you're going to see a spike here coming soon.
Makes sense. Okay. I got you. And Corin has a question on TikTok. She says, when someone ready to buy, if you could, Corin, what do you mean? He said, I need a nice size one family. Okay, so Corin, if you could on TikTok, go a little bit deeper on your question so we can actually answer your question, right? So if you could go a little bit deeper in the question, and we'll make sure we get your question answered. No problem with it at all. I would say I could agree with Clifford on this in some form of fashion. I think it's going to pull off though, because of the fact that I believe the economy is getting worse, not better. Because of course, last week when it came to the job numbers, but at the exact same time, just because it may be getting a little worse, which is fine, opportunity for people like myself and Cliff, and also you, when it comes to real estate investing. I believe, Cliff, the real estate strategy that's going to be the most pivotal moving forward, most popular for those that actually learn it, is actually really three. Number one is subject to investing. Number two is going to be transactional funding. And number three is going to be gator funding. Those three are going to be probably the most less riskiest type of investments for that beginner and seasoned investor. You agree? You disagree?
Yeah, I agree. For senior investors, I see earnest money. I see that starting to come along a little bit.
Yeah.
Transactional funding. I think anybody who understands that, I mean, it's a fantastic business model.
It is.
Probably promoting yourself to wholesalers
Yeah. Yeah.
and trying
Yeah.
to build a relationship, and then that way, I mean, you basically just got
Yeah.
an opportunity to make just money off transactions. So yeah, there's opportunity.
A lot of opportunity. Now, the question we have on TikTok, she said, when someone ready to buy, I need a nice size one family. When you were talking about appraisal, Corey, are you needing an appraiser, or are you needing a loan originator or mortgage banker to assist you in that? Let us know what you actually need so we can actually prescribe to you. You said you only sell in Cali. No, we're not realtors or at all. We actually realtors work for us. Not bragging at all, but they do. We actually lend, like for instance, I'll lend on real estate, right? And also Cliff will appraise the real estate, and we'll also, if you have a property good to go, if it makes sense, we'll actually partner with you on the deal. But that's what we kind of do a little bit in a kind of nutshell. We buy a lot of single family residences, apartment complexes, new construction projects. We do all of that. So that's what we kind of do. It just so happens that we know we actually experts in every single facet of the deal: lending, construction, renovation, appraisal, inspection. We do it all. If that makes some sense. But Cliff, now back to the Fed cut. Fed cut, guys. Then we get to what you came for. Fed cut, Cliff. You still thinking there's gonna be a Fed cut?
Oh yeah. Right now, I'm certain it's guaranteed. It's locked, and he basically said so. The Fed Powell, when he came out and spoke, he said it's time for a change. So
what's driving that change?
I think it's jobs. I think that I think it was already leading to it, but then the jobs number said, "Man, the jobs are weak. The I think Dale's right. The economy is weak, and typically that's when they cut. They cut because there's a problem in the market. It's slow. It's stagnating. We're heading to a recession, and the Fed will cut to juice the market.
Yeah. Now those ain't if Corey, if you're in California, stay to the end. I got a strategy for you guys in California that you can do that's gonna make you a lot of money. So don't go nowhere, guys. Okay. Now, I think that there is gonna be a cut. I think it probably be I think he'll begin at a quarter point, see how it reacts, and then shortly after he'll do another quarter point and see how he reacts. And then he may do another quarter point before the election. He may do that. You agree, Cliff, or you disagree?
No, I think I disagree because the next Fed meeting. So we have one coming up in September,
Okay.
and the next one's not till after the election.
Ah, gotcha.
Right.
Okay. So let me change it then. I say he probably do a quarter point,
hmm
see how it goes. Then after election, half a point. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, I can see that. But what I think is I'm looking at his past work,
Okay.
how
Okay.
we got here,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
did 3 quarter points before he started doing half a point. Then he
Yeah.
went to 75.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
same thing. He's going to start with
Okay.
just straight quarter
Okay.
until he going to see what shakes out.
Okay. Okay.
And if after
Cool.
about, I think that's why I'm thinking he's going to do 3,
Okay.
and then he's going to kind of see where it goes from there. I think he's going to do
Interesting.
like was going to drop at 0.75. Now I have seen consensus following Goldman Sachs
Okay.
and some other advisors, and they're saying we could expect cuts over the next year.
Really? Because and this is who's saying this?
This is like Goldman Sachs. They're expecting almost a 2% drop over the next year and a half.
That's interesting, but because JP Morgan Chase is saying something totally opposite.
What they
They're
say?
saying they're saying it's going to be very minimal cuts because they're predicting that the economy is going to get worse
Mm.
because and they're pointing toward the commercial real estate market. They're saying that's such a big, gigantic correction coming there, and to let you guys know, the commercial real estate market really kind of guides the residential market because it's so big. You're dealing with bigger paper, right?
Right.
But so what they're saying is because of the interest only, the IO payments are becoming mature in 2025. There's going to be a correction. Like there's a foreclosure in September of one of the most popular buildings in Dallas. I actually posted it on my Instagram, and because the loan is becoming due, it's like $21 million. This whole building, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And so it's I think that the Fed is going to they're trying to cut the rate so they can drive some type of movement. I think it's going to be a little bit of a movement because of some excitement, but then I think it's going to tamper down. And then after election, that half point, you may get a little bit more movement there because depending on how the election goes, then you'll begin to see if it's going to be an explosion coming or not. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think that they have to do it for the commercial. But I think mainly with the Fed is not even really thinking commercial real estate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's on their mind. What I think they're
Yeah.
thinking is the banks, especially the
Yeah.
community banks, that they're the ones holding the paper and they're holding a lot of they're holding a lot of US debt and they're underwater.
So you're saying because the Fed originated securities and bonds, went to the Treasury, got a check that's backed by nothing, and then they bought back those same Treasury and bonds that they actually originated, they've expanded the balance sheet, right? And what you're saying is they're underwater now, correct?
Yeah, the banks are. Yeah.
The banks are.
Because the banks, what happens is if you look at the credit facility for the United States,
Yeah.
they're selling it so you're saying between the Treasury and the Fed, there's
Yeah.
actually a bank in between
Yes.
that actually facilitates that because they'll also sell it on the open market. And so the bank will be that facilitator. And sometimes the bank will actually buy those and keep it on their books.
So they're cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, exactly. And so I
Yeah.
think they're worried about that's why Silicon Valley Bank went under. It's because they were
Correct.
holding all those US bonds
Yeah.
that were underwater. They're worth almost half
Yeah.
of what they
Yeah.
were. So now the Fed, in order to bring those banks back,
Yeah.
they have to drop rates a decent amount to at least break even.
They got to. They got to. They do have to. Now, guys, man, that's something. We're gonna see what the Fed does, and we'll see how the market responds. Again, I think it's gonna be very little movement. It's gonna be some, but very little movement because the economy is just not healthy at all. No matter how they spin it, it is not healthy at all. It is not at all. Now, guys, let's get to what you came for, guys. Boom, guys. California is offering home loans for illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants for those that are on other platforms. This is a shocking move. And what tripped me out is we're going to listen to two videos and we're going to read an article from the USA Today about this. And then Cliff and I are going to give our commentary on our thoughts. What's going on, guys, on TikTok? Here we go, guys. Let's see what's going on, guys. And again, comment below. Let us know what you think about it, guys. It is crazy. Here we go, guys. Let's see exactly what's going on. Let me get this out the way real fast so we can see what he's saying. Let's see. Here we go.
Believe who California is giving zero down home loans to. California is about to give out zero down, no payment home loans to illegal immigrants. The California Senate just advanced a bill to expand the California Dream for All program. The state admits this could cost taxpayers millions more, but the bill is moving forward anyway. It's nothing short of a slap in the face to legal residents already struggling with housing costs, because this will let undocumented immigrants access zero down, no payment home loans with no clear timeline for when or if they'd have to pay it back. Is your state next?
Whoa, Cliff. On that video, man, what you think? The highlight your part. What you think, man?
Well, I mean, from a real estate standpoint, you're just going to cause prices to go higher. You're juicing the market even more. So, I mean, the additional money you're putting in the market that wasn't generated by them is adding to it, because let's be honest, the money they're using to put it down is really, a lot of it's printed. Yes. They get it from federal funds.
Yes.
And secondly, man, I mean, me personally, I like to be able to see us take care of some of the veterans that we have and some of the people with some real issues. See them taken care of with a lot of that money before we start. Home ownership is obviously a big piece, but we got to focus on the citizens and the people in need.
Correct. Let's read this real fast, y'all. It says, legislature, this is in California, expands program to allow undocumented immigrants to get home loans. Let's go down to the bottom. It says a bill allowing home loans for the first time to undocumented immigrants is headed to Gavin Newsom's desk, which means it's passed both the Assembly and I think their Senate. I don't know what that's called in California, but it's passed both houses, both houses in California. Right? It says, let me get rid of this damn thing. Get out the way. It says, but he hasn't said whether he will sign it amid growing pressure for a veto and a policy conflict with Vice President Kamala Harris' presidential campaign. Right? If signed by the Democratic governor, Assembly Bill 1840, go read it, right, would make California the first state to provide home loans to undocumented immigrants. Right? The legislature this week voted in favor of the proposal by Democratic lawmakers. It amends the California Dream for All Share Appreciation Program, which provides no interest loans up to $150,000 to cover down payment and fees. AB 1840 says an applicant who meets the program's requirements, including having Social Security and a taxpayer identification number, which is called a TIN number, TIN number, won't be denied a loan because of immigration status. The state Senate bill approved the bill 2311 along party lines Tuesday, with some Democrats abstaining. The Senate, which made changes in the Assembly original bill, sent the measure back to the lower chamber. The Assembly voted 45-15 Wednesday in favor of the Senate's version. This is crazy town, guys. This is crazy town. Operated by the California Housing Finance Agency, the program started in 2023 and helps first-time home buyers with down payment fees. It was designed for low and middle-class buyers. So it seems to be, Cliff, that this program had began for American citizens, right? And then what actually happened, it is expanded to undocumented illegal immigrants. Would that be correct, Cliff, or not?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, they expanded it to non-citizens.
This is now before me and Cliff give our commentary, guys. Let's listen to the news talk about it, and you're going to actually hear. You're going to hear these Congress people talk about it. The senators talk about it. Here we go. Let's what they got to say. Here we go.
A state bill could allow undocumented immigrants to purchase a home.
If passed, California would become the first state to grant them state-supported home loans. Our Conan Nolan is live in the newsroom with the next steps. Conan.
That's right. This legislation refers to a California state program, but it could have national ramifications, particularly in an election year.
Wow.
It's legislation in Sacramento receiving national attention, a first-in-the-nation effort to allow undocumented immigrants state money for the purchase of a home.
Wow.
The bill's author, Assemblyman Joaquin Arambula of Fresno.
Wow.
The social and economic benefits of homeownership should be accessible to everyone, regardless of immigration status.
For those who qualify.
What in the world? So now we're giving more benefits to illegal immigrants? Is that what we're doing now? Let's keep going.
Under the California Dream for All program, the state would pay the 20% down payment for a first-time home buyer, up to $150,000. Assembly Bill 1840 would amend the program so that those in the country in violation of federal law would also be eligible.
What?
Undocumented individuals have historically been excluded from housing initiatives because of federal restrictions. Ensuring universal access by all qualified borrowers to the California Dream for All program will contribute to the overall success and vitality of California.
Backlash has been swift.
And now you got California trying to get homes for illegal immigrants? Are you kidding me?
California Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones.
Every dollar that goes to an illegal immigrant is a dollar not going to our veterans or other Californians, other legal residents or citizens that also qualify for that money. This isn't an unlimited bucket of money that the state has available for these homebuyer programs.
Evan Simon has been covering the vote for the political website California Globe. He says passage of the bill is nearly assured.
There's enough progressive Democrats right now in Sacramento who will get it passed. That's why all eyes are on Newsom.
Governor Gavin Newsom has not said if he will sign the bill, which could complicate the party's messaging this election year on the volatile immigration issue. Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris has endorsed funding for the border wall. She's also backed a modest federal home down payment grant, but one that excludes undocumented immigrants. Donald Trump has already condemned the California legislation.
So if this comes up during a debate, say the debate next month, that it can be a talking point for sure.
The staff.
So Cliff, man. So now what we doing now, y'all, is we are giving home loans, and they said 20% down, Cliff, not 3.5, 20% down is what California is giving in down payment assistance, guys. That's, my God. And it's been expanded to illegal immigrants. They're illegal. It is what it is. Why are you rewarding? And it's taxpayer money. This is taxpayer money. So they came in, broke the law to get in, and now you're going to reward them by giving them taxpayer money. You give them a card to go out and spend money. Food stamps, all social services. You give them all access to all that information, all those resources, and then you also give them access to down payment money. What kind of crap? What do you think, Cliff?
I mean, it's just not a smart plan. I mean, most my first question is to say, is the state in debt?
Hell yeah.
So why are we spending additional money on citizens or non-citizens when the state is in debt and you should be paying off that debt? Why not use that money? Or it just all around it's hard to justify. Is extremely hard to justify why. If, for example, if we were trying to help citizens who are coming here from other countries, we already have foreign relations that we have that with, where we have, money to be able to help them for, issues that they have. We do that all around the world. But to be able to help those citizens in the United States is different, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It just seems to be that California is more interested in helping out foreigners than their own citizens, and specifically veterans. Veterans. If this is for the middle and lower class, why the hell is money going over to illegal immigrants? That doesn't make any damn sense. I don't care if they have a TIN number, ITIN number. I don't care. I don't care about none of that at all. I don't care. This is a horrible policy. And you see the political games that they're actually playing. Gavin Newsom's dragged his feet on signing the bill because why? He doesn't want to step on the messaging of Vice President Kamala Harris. This has nothing to do with sense. This is all political. This is trash.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think sometimes you have to understand when somebody passes something like this is a cut and dry. Like you're either for it or against it. It's like there's it's hard to say, well, I mean, I can understand it. No, it's like, should we give money to non-citizens in the country or not? The idea that you're going to waffle and say, I don't know, maybe that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You should be pretty quick to say yes or pretty quick to say no when someone brings that to you.
And some people are saying, but they're working and they're working. Great working. But you came into the house, right? Called our country illegally. You broke the law to get into the house. I'm not feeling allowed for you to break into my house and then feed you after you broke into my crib. That don't make no damn sense at all. Now, if you came in legally, you know what I'm saying, and through the port of entry and you follow the rules, rocking with you. No problem with it all. We can sit down and see what's going on and see what you qualify for when it comes to services. But off the rip, you coming in illegally, and then you want all of these goodies? Hell no. No. Terrible model. It's, man, the only way to California right now, Cliff, is in the green is because every year they get a windfall of cash from the government. It is not because they run it efficiently. Their whole surplus is off of printed money, which is not a surplus. They're in the red. They're about to go bankrupt. California, yes. This is now. How can we, as investors, Cliff, right, take advantage of this? So now you're in California. There is a possibility that this is going to get signed. As an investor, how could you take advantage of this type of program and make money as an investor?
To me, I just stay out of California. I ain't.
I'm rocking with you. We have some audience in California, and they stay home. So we got to make sure we speak to them as well. Also, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, I'm saying leave. Not because like the conditions are not conducive for business. It's too expensive. The regulation's too high. You have the issues that need to be fixed are not being fixed. They're being exacerbated by policies like this. And I'm not saying I love California. I lived in California for many years. Love California, being able to go to the beach. But the problem is if the regulatory state is not one where you can make money and do business, and it's hard to even move forward. You got to do what's best for your family and do those things and do what's best for your business. And that's why you have people like even Elon Musk who's leaving, just because it just doesn't make any sense anymore. I actually heard, I got to double check this, but I heard Google is leaving and headed to Dallas.
Yes, they are. There's a lot of companies leaving California because of the business environment, right? Now, that being stated, if you really want to stay in California and do business, you can. This is how I would advise you to make money in California. Number one, I would get into a more business-friendly municipal or city environment or county environment, because you can shield yourself a lot from a lot of those state policies that may harm your business, right? I would do that. Number two is I would I think that new construction is a good play there if you get the land at the right price point, right? Number three, I would say for this program, if they're willing to fund this, I would acquire properties that are dilapidated, right, in good areas, right. I would buy them at a below wholesale price point, increase the value by renovating that property, refi the long term debt, right, which means you make a profit tax free, and then I would then sell that property to and they give what I call the stimmy. Go ahead and profit off the stimmy. Position yourself to be in the pathway of currency, right? The key word, the root word of currency is current. Current flows. So get in the pathway of how the currency is flowing, even if the policy is bad. Yes, do that. You can do that with new construction. Also, seller finance, guys. Become the bank to somebody. Buy a property, right? Renovate it, increase the value of it, right? And then become the bank to somebody. Seller finance it out to them because some of them may not be able to qualify for a home loan with these rates. But because your debt may be lower than what you're willing to, it will be lower than what the market is producing, you can actually borrow that at a 2 or 3% interest rate, depending on when you bought it, right? So to finance it out at a 7-8%, and you're making a 5% spread there, and you receive a down payment of 10 to 20% down. And you may be able to use this California loan itself to be able to get 20% from the state. So again, just being a little bit more creative in how you are investing in real estate. That's how I would do that whole thing. Cliff, you agree or disagree?
No, I agree. I mean, I think that's definitely a model. But you got to realize too, you pay your taxes up front when you sell the property. Then you have the regulation that you have to go through in order to fix up that property. Good luck. That'll take you a couple months. Then you have California taxes that you have to pay for that. And then the renovation cost, because the cost of living is so high, what might be 20 grand here, maybe 60.
Correct.
Out there. So it's our ability to estimate might be off because the prices are so different.
Correct. So that makes it more important for you to be able to know how to acquire a property, specifically if you're in California, because as Cliff just said adequately, inflation is out of control in California because of how it's ran. It's ran off of the excess of printing money and getting money from the federal government. You're not running a surplus in California from a government standpoint. You're not. You're not running a surplus. You're actually in the red. They hide it from you because every year they get a windfall of cash from the government, from the federal government. Yes, they do. Every year. Stop playing.
Yeah,
every year.
I just pulled it up too. California is $600 billion in debt.
In the red.
Yeah.
In the red, guys. A state in the red. Now kind of look at that from Texas. Texas is actually, look at Texas. Look up Texas real fast. Let's see what Texas is. Are they in the red or is Texas in the green? Real fast.
Texas. Let's see. No, they're in the red. They are $400 billion.
Look at Florida.
Let's see, Florida.
Let's see what Florida's at.
Florida debt. They are at $144 billion.
In debt?
In debt.
Okay, so every state, I'm using this three. Those three states are in the red, right? So if they're in the red, guys, think about this. How do governments don't make goods or services, right? How they make the revenue is off of taxes, right? So how do you benefit off of their mismanagement? Simple. Business is about solving someone's problem. I love what Corinne said on TikTok. She said this here. She said, open a company and work the migrants. She's spot on. If California is going to begin funding home loans, right, for California for migrants, position yourself to provide housing for migrants. It's real simple. That's all you got to do. But the key to that, the whole thing is buying the property at the right price point. You make your money when you acquire a property, not when you sell. You agree, Cliff?
Yeah. I mean, that's if you don't walk into the property with money, with equity, a ton of equity, it's just gonna be a bad deal because the problem is that there's too many unknowns in real estate. You have overages in terms of what the construction is going to be. You may have some issues with regulation with the city. You may have time. It may take you an extra month or two longer than you think. You may sell the property for 5 or 10,000 less than you think.
Correct.
All three could happen.
Correct.
And so when you factor all those in, you basically got to buy real cheap. So my saying is, if you buy 50% off, it's hard to go wrong.
And Cliff, let's walk through a deal that we actually did, right, real quickly. And let's walk through this deal, guys. And this is not theory. This is what we actually do. We do this, right? Here we go, Cliff. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get this out the way real fast. This is how you buy a property. This is a property that we actually acquired in Jackson. Now, Cliff, real quickly, the property off of Rutledge. What was the purchase price?
I think, man, the original purchase price was like 12.
15,000.
Was it 15? Okay.
15,000. Okay. So, and what was the as-is value?
25, 30?
It was actually 20.
20. Okay.
20,000. So $20,000, guys, was the as-is value. So therefore, we actually have $5,000 right now. Right here we go. The numbers 20,000. So you can see it. 20,000 minus 15. I know y'all know math, but it is what it is. We had 5,000 in equity off the rip. Cliff, what was the ARV?
110.
110. Okay, so we bought it for 15, Cliff, right? How much was the renovation budget?
Was that one 40, 45?
40.
40.
So 40. So 15 plus $40,000. Our all in was $55,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what was the as-is value? I mean, the ARV value was 110,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now watch this. 110,000 times what? 75%, right? That's 82.5. Am I right?
Right.
Minus $55,000. Hold on, my bad. 82.5 minus $55,000. Boom. We made 27.5 in non-taxable income because we bought correct. Now, Cliff, we made money when we made 5 racks when we bought the property, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So we were in the deal below wholesale, and now, guys, we increased the value up, and our profit was 27.5 off the riff at the refi. And now, Cliff, now watch this, Cliff. Now 82.5, because me and Cliff, we love cash flow, right? Our rate, guys, on this, I think it's 6.75%. 6.75%. I'm sure you sipping up this real fast. Boom. That's what it is. Divided by 12. That's what it's annually, by 12. That's monthly payment. Cliff, right? And that's just the PI. So that's just the PI. Cliff, that's 464. The rental rate in that area was 1150, right? So 1150 minus 464, right? Cliff, that's our cash flow. Ain't bad, is it?
Nah, it ain't bad at all.
So we made 27.5 on the refi, made 5 up front, cash flow on 686. It's actually a little bit lower than that, guys, because we have some additional warranties that we export on our properties, but it is what it is. But you get the concept. That's how you buy a property correctly. When you're in California, guys, you're going to have to buy the properties correctly because you're in an inflationary, happy, and unfavorable business environment for what you do for business. It's real simple. So what you do is you provide a solution where you are solving a problem to where the currency of the money is flowing because you have mismanagement at the state and county and city levels so that money can flow to you. Money is attracted by good management, not mismanagement. Make sense? That's how that actually works. Cliff, man, makes sense. Knock him off base.
No, that's it. I mean, and that's those are just like some simple numbers, and those are like real simple deals. Obviously, man, you can go up as high as you want to go, but man, that's something simple that probably even the average person can do. Probably with some mentoring, right? Because we'd have to walk you through because
Yeah.
there's some renovation things you need to understand. Um, but yeah, it's something you could do. That's 27 racks. I mean, think about doing that once a year.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
just trying to be simple, right?
Yeah.
If you start getting more experienced and you start knowing what you're doing, you can do 4 a year, 5 a year, 10 a year. It just depends on what kind of level you're trying to get to.
Gotcha. Now, guys, also what we're doing, guys, is we actually are giving away a free ebook. It is Distressed Property Investing. It's Cliff and I put together a book, and it's completely free. Completely free. It doesn't cost you a dime at all. You go there, download that book, guys, and it talks about how you can begin locating, vetting, and acquiring distressed properties in your city. Okay? In your city. That's clear, right? And you can use this blueprint and do it in each and every city. We actually walk through a free strategy that's actually detailed in the ebook of how you can actually locate distressed properties in your city for free. For free. Yeah, this is in the ebook. If you could, guys, do me a favor, scan on this QR code and go download this free ebook, or you can go into the description below, guys, and click on that link right there, because the cashflowclub.biz is right there. And what happens is that you go to the website and you click on and download it, and it's right there. It's real simple, and it's 100% free. We don't want nothing from you at all. Our philosophy is if we can teach you how to locate, vet, and structure the deal the right way, if the numbers make sense, we will partner with you and fund your deal for you, and we can profit split. That's it. That's simple. Our goal is to get any type of excuse out of the way when it comes to investing in real estate, because Cliff and I didn't have a lot of mentors in this real estate space coming up. Am I right, Cliff?
Nah, not like a lot of hands on. No.
Yeah, we did not. So we had to learn really by experience. Now we had some people that actually gave us some counsel before, but man, I mean, Cliff, we've done deals. Cliff did a deal, guys. This is how good Cliff was. We did a deal in Florida, right, Cliff? That 3-store mansion I used to own, and the renovation budget was $600,000 for that property, right? We bought it for $950. It was worth as is 1.5. We bought it for $950. Do the math. We put $700,000 in our pocket up front, about $200,000-300,000 up front, literal cash. Then what we did was we actually increased the value by investing some capital into the renovation. Now, Cliff, watch this, Cliff. Cliff, how much did it cost for us to get that renovation done?
What was that, 350?
350. And how much did we have budgeted for it?
Like 500.
600,000.
600,000. Yeah.
So 600,000 minus 350 is what?
Was it like 150?
Yep. That money went in our pocket cash, tax free. So we made money up front, right? Literal cash, money doing the renovation as well. We know what we're doing. That was 250. So it's all good. We know what we're doing, guys. It's real simple. And now we just rinse and repeat this thing in Jackson, Mississippi. We're looking at Memphis. We're looking at Starkville. We're looking at Madison, Mississippi. We're like all over Mississippi. We killing the game, Mississippi. And we're looking into Tennessee, Memphis. We're looking at Oklahoma as well. Some areas in Texas too. We love mid-tier towns because there's no competition there. But if you're in Dallas, Fort Worth, guys, kind of give you guys a little bit of a secret here, real fast. Tarrant County, Fort Worth, Texas, Arlington, it's wide open. It's wide open. Cliff, am I right, Cliff?
Oh yeah, especially Fort Worth. If you can get in Fort Worth, the hard part is just getting deals. Like I said, I try to get deep discounts. It's difficult just because the inventory is so low that man, a lot of stuff that people are buying aren't really deals. They're for people who really are buying and holding, and it's like they're overpaying to do so.
Yeah, they are. Again, no matter what market you're in, you want to make sure that you buy the right way. Buy below wholesale. Specifically in this type of environment, we're getting killer deals, guys, all over the nation. All right. Also, guys, again, so if you could scan on the QR code, guys, click on the link below and get your free book. Again, it's free. Don't want anything from you at all. Period. Also, guys, real quickly here, you have the privilege of having a licensed appraiser on the screen. On the screen, guys. All right. On the screen. Go to hunterappraisal.com, right? That's Cliff's appraisal website. Schedule time to talk with him. Whether you are in Texas or anywhere else, he can walk you through the process and possibly even appraise your house for him. Cliff, tell him about it, man. Tell him what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, so run the appraisal company. So anything in the DFW area, really in Texas, you know, I can do you and get the job done and do the project to be able to do the report. But additionally on that is being able to do consulting. I do consulting for a number of different firms to be able to help them try to identify some activity in different areas. This is around the country. So you have sometimes where you're looking at trying to find land that you're trying to build, or you're trying to look for even renovation projects, and you're trying to understand the best way to determine what the value is. I can kind of walk you through that, take a look at the comparables, and make sure you're on the right path to make the right decision. So go to hunterappraisal.com. If you're interested, just fill out the form and we'll get back in touch with you.
Right. Yeah. There we go, right there. Yes, sir. Go to hunterappraisal.com, guys. It's real simple, guys. And some folks said, Dale, I cannot scan on the QR code. Don't you worry, your partner got you, baby. If you're on TikTok or any platform that you can't scan on the QR code, guys, don't you worry. DM me the word real estate, right? DM me the word real estate. And also, if you could, guys, go to my YouTube page and my Rumble page and just subscribe for free, guys. And we'll send you the link for you to be able to download the ebook. It's real simple. DM me the word real estate to get you a free ebook, guys. Cliff, you want to say anything before we get off, dog?
Nah, man, like I said, you already know. If you listening, you paying attention, you know I'm about to say you one deal away. Take the steps, man. Get the ebook, hit us up, and go ahead and do something. Take action.
Take action, guys. You know how we end every time before you leave and while you can, baby. You see that thing, baby. Take that damn picture and give it to your mama and holler at your partner. God bless you guys. See you next week, guys. Peace.